To storm-tossed seas. Urianger is patiently awaiting word that you are ready to depart.
Thine affairs are in order, then I shall unfold to thee my proposal. Our destination is the ocean floor, yet our goal is not simply to arrive there. Nay, we must needs have the means to breathe and fight freely. Thus would I petition the aid of one of the Fae, a being with whom I have yet to meet face to face. Rather than waste words on explanation, I bid thee follow me unto the hamlet of Sullen, which lieth to the south and west. All will become abundantly clear, I promise thee.
Okay. Then let's go. Da-da-da-da.
There, to the west. Canst thou discern the hump of an isle rising above the water? That foliage-covered mass hideth the key to our safe descent. Swim close and plunge thee beneath the surface. Thou shalt soon divine the reason for mine insistence. Though it be much to my shame, I can but flail and flounder where thou mayest glide as a fish. I shall board a boat to the island and spare one and all the spectacle of mine inept strokes. Inept Strokes is my stripper name.
That's a good stripper name. Oh, here's one. That doesn't look like a rock. Suspect rock. Looks like an eyeball. Closed one. Two curved slabs of rock seem squeezed together here, given the impression of giant stone eyelids. That's, yep, what I noticed. Why didn't he just tell us? Why did we have to go down here and look?
This was faster.
Though it appears solid enough, the rock yields slightly under your touch. Was the surface gently shifting, or was it just your imagination? You know that's not wrong.
Well, what hast thou discerned?
I've discerned that's an ordinary island, or it reminds me of a certain primal, or it's just like the big one. Yes, yes. Wait, what about the... Wait. This is obviously a Namazu response. Is the big one a giant fish? Anyway, it reminds me of a certain primal. I would probably answer more seriously. That's hilarious, though.
Worship a fish-like entity called the Big One.
Right. But I don't know why I would ever make that association. I don't know.
Most perceptive. According to the lore of the pixies, we are, even now, perched upon the back of an ancient Fey entity.
Hell yeah.
Its name is Bismark. Aye, the self-same title by which we know the great feathered whale revered by the Vanu Vanu of the source. I would enlist its aid to bear us unto the deep, and thence banish the water with an airy sphere alike in form to the domes which do shelter the hamlets neath the ruby sea. Within its compass we may move unencumbered and defend ourselves when the hour of battle cometh, as it most surely shall. Now I must needs ask for silence whilst I make my supplication.
Okay. Is it a cut? It is a cutscene.
Wir Sach, Bilan Bismail.
Lo, Imida, Sawin, Mirane.
I realize I probably should have read out what Urianger said, seeing as it didn't actually say. Something about, oh, Bismark. I call upon thee or something. Do you want to be Bismark, Fender?
Sure.
How long has it been since my name was called? Why do you wake me, little neighbor?
Fallen si lor wislan. Adas si alinal.
To the bottom of the Western Sea we go. Pray lend us your back and your breath.
Van Urs Atslir, Olfod Thim, Iri Guath Thi. This world is in twilight. I wait for the sun to set. I wish only to sleep.
Oh dear. I don't need to speak Fae to know that didn't go well.
I know what to do. We need you, Fae! We need you!
Branch.
Branch. The excitement.
Oh, my snake yak! You've learned to call me at last! And where do you go? On a trip? A journey? I knew you wouldn't give up without a fight. Oh, my precious mortal, I shall help you in any way I can. Gears Bismark picked. Van Dromi Drom Yakum.
Sleepy Bismark, you old pixie. These are my precious saplings.
Van Read Rithye.
Let their wish be the king's command. Grumpy old man yells at Cloud.
Ola, Sahawin Wisk. A rare thing to awaken to. Isnerim, Sor Vierlo. My beautiful king, if it be thy wish, then so shall it be done.
Be sure to scrub this one's teeth for him upon your return. He's only got manners.
It will be done, Your Majesty. Our deepest thanks for your timely intervention.
An agreement is reached and your departure is at hand. You wingless ones best hold on tight. May the blessings of the Fae keep you safe, Inba.
I guess we gotta learn how to be a dentist.
Valorwis, Vanin Narsitar, Dir Sidagnai. To the Western Sea we go. Wrapped in my breath, I will see you to your destination, little neighbors.
He's so pretty. Big whale. Sky whale.
And just like that, it's all gone back to the way it was.
What was you expecting? 100 years of honey and rainbows? Seeing them Yulmore types wake up and smell the ashes was miracle enough for me.
Ah, but the magic in the air when that ladder started moving. And when that great hulking Talos rose up. Gods. I could live 1,000 years and never behold anything so amazing.
This feels on the nose.
What the? Do you see that?
Just your normal sky whale.
What a monster! Where did it even come from?
Uh-oh. Tsunami!
Whoa there!
It's not stopping. Run! Run!
That would be terrifying.
Valana Anna. Tilden Sidok. I have fulfilled my duty. I return now to the lake. Iri Halmsi. Thunne. Aktma Thonyasni. Tagnai. I have not flown in an age. It was pleasant. May your journey be a safe one, little neighbors.
And we're all fucking dead.
Wow.
The breath of Bismark. See how it swells to form a dome beneath the waves? The waters recede. The Tempest's floor is laid bare. In defiance of the blinding sky, this place holds fast to its gloom. The last refuge of he who denies the light with every fiber of his being. You stand at the precipice, hero. Journey unto the heart of darkness. Finish it.
Norbrant, the Tempest. We're in the last area, chat.
Full glad am I that Bismarck was true to his word. We are arrived in the Tempest, safe and dry. 'Tis here that we shall find the lair of Emmett Selk and, I believe, the imprisoned Exarch as well. For an Ascian alone, it is, of course, a trifling matter to flee unto the rift. Yet I suspect such travel is nigh impossible with a mortal in one's custody. Nay, he would not soon risk his prize when the Exarch's very body serveth as the key to the Crystal Tower and its powers of temporal transportation. Thus am I all but certain that this underwater realm harboureth our friend and enemy both. We have but to find them.
Well, let's go find them. In the event that you leave this area, speak with Inwil at Venmont Yards in Calusia to return to the Tempest. Okay. Can I not... Oh. This is awkward. Can I not just, like, attune to the Aetheroid? Waiting in the depths, Thancred casts his gaze upon the waterless expanse before you.
Now, as for where we should be looking, I rather doubt Emmett Selk will be sitting around out in the open. I propose we follow the slope down towards the deeper trenches and keep an eye out for rock formations large enough to house a stronghold. Let's be off then, but watch your footing. The ground is still wet and like to be slippery.
Okay. Oh, they all just disappear. That's fine. Oh, that's all they do. Okay. If you want to be Toth's... Oh, shit.
chieftain, this one. They followed me. Why have you come? Was it you who took away our water?
Maybe. Sorry, should I not have?
Ah, so this is where the Ondo make their home. I had wondered. Pray forgive us any inconvenience we have caused. We were not aware your people lived here in the Tempest. We need this great dome of air that we might conduct our most urgent search, and thus beg you for your understanding.
Chieftain, what are we to do?
So like Sahagin.
Are you emissaries of the Ancient Ones? The mysteries have stirred. We have seen the illuminated land shining through the gloom of the abyss. If you are the emissaries, the chosen, I bid you welcome. If you are not, I bid you leave. I am not sure I understand. Would you be willing to elaborate? It would seem not. I suggest we withdraw for the moment.
Okay. Well, that was good while it lasted. Oh, we're still in a cutscene. Just kidding, bye.
So what's the plan? Given your condition, I'm reluctant to suggest lingering here. That said, our presently meandering search would proceed far more swiftly if we could call upon the Ondo's local knowledge.
Yes, I'd like to know more about this illuminated land the chieftain spoke of. Could it be Emmett Selk's stronghold, do you suppose? Perhaps he lit the lanterns upon his return?
We cannot dismiss the possibility, but if these Ondo refuse to speak with us... Matt, do you remember my first scheme for entering Yulmore? How I had planned to ingratiate myself by offering lucrative trading opportunities with the Ondo. The individual I dealt with was reticent in manner and curious in custom, but we were able to reach an agreement nonetheless. I believe that with the right approach we can build a similar relationship here. What kind of approach did you have in mind? That chieftain fellow didn't leave us many options. If we are to tread the swiftest course, then we must needs locate its beginning. 'Tis plain our all too dramatic arrival has thrown this settlement into confusion. Were we to solve such problems as we have caused and assure our hosts thereby that our purpose here is not inimical to them, they may yet prove amenable to reason. I smell chores, but very well if it can be done quickly.
What do you think? I've nothing better to offer, but I do worry that what will happen if the Ondo's tales end up leading us to a dead end? I cannot say for certain, but I sense this tribe has a deeper connection to the Ascians than first meets the eye.
I think I mixed up their voices. It's fun.
It warrants further investigation. Thus, I cast my vote in favor of aiding the settlement for the time being.
We will make allies of the Ondo, or let's do what we do best, or I'll do what I can, I suppose. Let's do what we do best.
Murder?
Yeah.
Then it is settled. Ishtola, pray proceed with your investigations. The rest of us will see about fostering some goodwill.
All right, let's go talk to some Ondos. All right. Let's go speaks.
Kat, you would believe who I've just bumped into. This is Posh Soan, the very fellow I did business to prior to our ill-fated stay in Yulmore.
I waited and you did not come. Then the mist still came, but his visits did not continue.
I am truly sorry, Pao Shaoan. Things did not proceed as planned. Is there aught we can do for you by way of an apology?
Perhaps. Where the Dry return, a cavern to the north, is home to giant crabs. We do not fear the crab, for we are the swifter swimmers. But now there is no water. We run, and they scuttle close behind, snipping and snapping with their claws. There are too many of them, too many.
Ah, I believe I can be of assistance there. And what of you, Kat? If you've not found a task, you are most welcome to join me. Indeed, I should appreciate the company. Where the Dry return has a rather ominous ring to it.
Okay. Guess we're accompanying. Blue swimmers. Oh, wait. Gotta get Squiddy out. Oh, and there's a lookout point. Time for me to get some sleep since it's Sunday, yeah. Take care, Demonas. Have a lovely evening. Thank you so much for hanging out with us. Didn't mean that. We did it. I will speak with him, but first, what is this? Ooh.
You could you could crack their shells. You must be stronger than you look.
What's this music?
I see you've reached your quota first again. I shall never be your equal in such tasks. Still, I would say we've reduced the local crab population to a far less threatening number.
My thanks to both of you. You must have a reward.
Nay, Portia Aran, this was to be a part of my apology to you, remember? Besides which, the lack of water is our doing, for which we must also make amends. Might I convince you to tell us something about your village instead? I would very much like to learn more of you and your people.
Very well. Before the flood came, it is said that our ancestral home was found in the seas to the south. It was utterly destroyed by the light. Only those who were out hunting survived. They swam, aimless and lost, until they spied buildings here on the ocean floor. Strange buildings they were, and long had they stood under the water. Yet somehow they had been spared the scars of time and current. These structures provided shelter for my people, protection from the Tempest's turbulent waters, and predators which hunted within them. Their very existence seemed a miracle. The first settlers pondered their good fortune. It was clear that the race who had built such wonders had guided their course, and from this did they discern the truth. That the ancients had chosen us to serve as caretakers of their eternal sanctuary until such a time as they returned. Thus, if it is judged that your coming and this great vanishing of water was by the ancients' design, you will find warm welcome here.
Really astonishing history, yet I cannot help but wonder, how will the significance, or otherwise, of our arrival be decided?
The ancients have blessed us with protection and prosperity. If your presence serves to bring us the same, there will be no doubt in the matter.
And it would seem our earlier decision was the correct one. We thank you for the lesson, Pao Shaoan, and will continue to do all we can to assist your people. Should you desire our help with any other trouble, pray do not hesitate to ask. We should return to the task at hand. Only, do try not to overexert yourself, my friend. The risk far outweighs the gain.
All right. One person helped. City of the Ancients. Ishtola appears deep in thought. Ah, Kat, have you learned aught of note? Fascinating, and precisely the sort of information I was hoping to hear. In fact, if you have a moment, I'd like to borrow your eyes to confirm a theory I've been working on. Come. Just like to borrow my eyes. Da-da-da-da. Oh. And what have you discovered? Yes, I would agree that the windows are most distinctive. 'Twould seem the structures appear the same to both your sight and mine. And you say you could not so much as scratch the wall? Even with all your might behind the blade? Kat, everywhere I turn in this place, my gaze is drawn by peculiar materials for which I do not have a name. The buildings I had you investigate are prime examples. They may appear to be constructed of ordinary stone, but I assure you it's nothing of the sort. If pressed, I would describe the substance as a composite of several mineral properties, blended to create a material of unparalleled durability. Even the Ronkan Empire, once the greatest power in Norvrant, produced nothing which compares to this level of perfection. But if not the Ronkans, then who? Who were these ancients? The Ondo claimed the architects of their sanctuary. I suspect our answer lies with the reason Emmett Selk withdrew here to the Tempest. He may simply have wished to retreat somewhere mere mortals would struggle to reach. But there are many more such remote locations. Why here specifically? Emmett Selk is devoted to his role, and thus we might assume his choice of strongholds somehow serves the Ascian agenda. Or mayhap 'tis a place more dear to him than any other. Are you saying this was built by ancients? By ancient Ascians? Could this place provide power to Emmett Selk? Or I couldn't say either way. I'm gonna say, are you saying this was built by ancient Ascians? That is my theory, that these structures are remnants of a time before history, of a star that was yet whole and unbroken. Such traces in the source would have been obliterated by this succession of umbral calamities, but here on the first they might have remained untouched for millennia. A copy of the mural in the Katana Ravel. Almet presented it to me during my visit to Fanau after our victory in Calusia. Here, in the first scene, by Emmett Selk's own words, it depicts a city of aeons past and a disaster which befell it. The design is much simplified, of course, but do you see the similarities between its towers and those you have just inspected? We are close to the truth, I feel it. Let us search the surrounds for another tower. One which matches the picture near enough to remove all doubt. From what I have seen, not more than sand and more sand lies to the east, and the south held no such structures. I suggest we try our luck further to the northwest. You may view the Katana Ravel mural at any time during this quest by using the relevant item in the key items menu. The quest destination will not be displayed on the map. You must search for a structure which resembles the buildings in the mural, then inspect it from the survey point. The survey point will be found nearby, in a location which allows a full view of the structure. What? I don't remember that. Excuse me? Oh, that is the point. I was right. It is this. We're looking. Oh. I thought I opened my map on accident or something. Aye, this is the mural writ large. Though I cannot guess at its purpose, it must have been an imposing sight. How much of the tower's height lies hidden beneath the ground, I wonder? Centuries of our history have settled upon such ruins, countless layers of dust and sediment. An entire civilization, its existence forgotten by all except a handful of Asians. And yet it did exist. They lived here in the city. But let us focus on what we've learned thus far. The Ondo chieftain spoke of mysterious stirrings, of a land illuminated. Judging by his words, he believes this phenomenon related to the Ancients' return. Thus can we surmise that what the Ondo saw shining in the abyss was, in all likelihood, yet another remnant of this age-old civilization. And who else would light the lanterns, as Reen put it, than Emet-Selch himself? 'Tis almost certain he is there. All right. But if we are to find this stronghold in a timely manner, it seems gaining the Ondo's trust remains our swiftest path forward. I only hope our deeds are enough to win them over. Okay. Well, we'll see. The light of inspiration. Y'shtola seems eager to share your discoveries with the others. Thank you for assisting me with my investigations. I shall seek out our companions and share what we have learned. Much as I would like to tell you to sit down and leave the rest to us, your condition demands that we make all reasonable haste. If you are not too wary, it may be useful to speak with Posh Oan again, and ask if there is aught else he is willing to divulge. Okay, I'll try my best, ma'am.
Alphino's friend. You and your companions have done much to repair the damage caused when the waters parted.
I've done very little.
Anything else you can do? Have you been to the Walls of the Forgotten?
I think I've just come across them.
The remnants to the northwest, yes. You visited them unbidden? Psh. Could it be your footsteps were guided by the ancients?
No, just Y'shtola.
I believe it may be so. Listen then, and I will tell you of our plans to bring light to the walls, that we might answer the shining call of the illuminated land. We have requested a finless craftsman to shape for us a sacred lamp. He is odd for a land dweller, choosing as he does to live in the ocean, but his skill is beyond question. It is concerning, however, that we have heard nothing of his progress. If you were to visit this artisan and return with our long-awaited light, then any doubt as to your purpose would be laid to rest. His name is Grenold. You will find his workshop in the metal structure to the south.
He's got a lot of hair.
He does. But he also, other than the hair, looks exactly like Geralt.
You think so?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Oh, that's just great. That is. My mind's playing tricks on me now. Look, Grenold, someone's come to visit you at the bottom of the bleeding ocean. Or might be as you're a ghost, eh? Go on, foul shade. Feast yourself on my rotten soul. I've got no use for it. A craftsman what can't craft is more pointless than a sea slug with a dome and hammer. And that's a bloody insult to bloody sea slugs.
Grenold appears to be suffering from a crushing bout of self-doubt. Maybe you can help psych him up. Sure. That'll fix self-doubt. I never would have known. I now can cure my self-doubt.
Yeah, you wouldn't be trying to raise my spirits now, would you, Spirit? Not what you'd expect from a servant of the netherworld.
Oh. I do love his luscious hair, though. Very shiny. Has it really come to this? Or have we met before? I don't really know what "has it really come to this" means, but I'll say that one then, because I know we haven't. Anyway. If it had been like Geralt, I would have done that one, but...
What's that supposed to mean? Not impressed with what you see, lad? Ah, well, I may have let myself go a bit. This was meant to be my underwater sanctuary, a place where I could concentrate on my work, far from the distractions of the outside world. And yet, here you stand. Now, what's so damned important that you dive all the way down to the bottom of the bleeding Tempest to bother me? Ah, the Ondo's lamp. God's curse me, empty head. I have not so much as made a start.
Oh, I did not continue that. It auto.
I'm worth less than a sea slug. Nay, the slime left by a sea slug. My delivery date's long past, my workbench is untouched, and I call myself a bleeding artisan. You've heard their beliefs, have you? Bringing light to them ruins will be an act of deep religious and cultural significance. And it was my privilege as a craftsman to be tasked with providing a ritual instrument worthy of the occasion. But I just can't bloody well. Ah, my mind's a bleeding blank. It's like I've pissed away my last drop of inspiration.
Also is automatic.
Tell me you've got someone to show me. Someone that'll give me muse a right good kick up the arse.
I mean, I know this pain well.
The Ondo want to honor the coming of these ancients, so their answering light's got to blaze with the right kind of brightness. Like the spark of life caught in a crystal. But just being sparkly's not enough. It's got to dance with joy and sorrow and a sense of hardship endured. You know what I mean?
Your thoughts turn to Renda Ray and the crystal you discovered at the end of her journey. Oh, is this what you're stuck behind if you don't finish the class quests? It must be. Maybe Grunald could find inspiration in that. Which is very nice, because I am Bard, and that's the only one I finished. I don't think I've finished the healer one yet.
I've let the Ondo down, but more than that, I've let myself down. Might as well go back to mending kettles.
Show Grunald a crystal which once belonged to one of Ardbert's companions. Yes.
Oh, what's that you got there? Such striking beauty. It shines with heartache and laughter and the transience of life, like the turmoil of history made manifest. I can see the brilliance of the crystal's legacy. You'd never capture such a gleam, not if you labored 100 years. But bugger me if I don't mean to try. Where's my tools, goddammit? I must set to work before the feeling fades.
Aww. So where Geralt needs alcohol, Grunald needs inspiration.